welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you enjoy, I am encouraging you to subscribe. I upload videos twice a week, and my #1 passion is to inspire success while building the faith. Today I want to talk to you about how to keep on believing. How do we stay persistent in our faith? How do we rebound from disappointments? You want to know the secret? Secret #1 is we really need to understand how God works. Secret #2 is we need to learn to wait on God. Now you'll notice in my previous videos when I'm talking about visions and goals, which is in the Visioneering series, go ahead and click the link below and you'll have the whole series right there. I'm teaching you how to write your goals, how to go after your visions, how to dream big. But I want to be honest up front. We have to understand that our dreams and our goals have to be done and formed in the foundation of our faith, because God is the one that's going to put the desires in our heart and encourage us to run that race with persistence, to press toward that mark, that goal, that dream that He already has us destined to go after. So therefore, that's why I'm talking today, that we really need to understand how faith works. So again, those 2 secrets are, #1, understanding how God works. #2, learning how to wait on God. What does that mean? So in the midst of all your dreams and goals, let me help you out with this. Having faith and having persistent faith when you're rebounding from a disappointment or a hard situation really challenges and tests your faith. I'm hoping that today's secrets will keep you moving in the right direction and keep activating your faith so you can keep on believing. Okay, let's look at secret #1. Understanding how God works. Be sure to check out my blog at heatherbaxter.com, because a lot of times my blog has more content, different things that you'll find here on my YouTube channel. So go ahead and visit that site today. And again, those PDF forms are there. Many people have been using the PDF forms in small groups or just to have in your own personal journal. So if you want to actually jot things down, I have a way for you to kind of ask yourselves questions, examine yourselves, and kind of go back and reflect on whatever I was teaching on. So I'm encouraging you to go ahead and grab that PDF. Okay, so understanding how God works. There are 6 phases that we need to grab that is going to really help you, again, stay persistent in your faith so you can keep on believing. So the first secret for persistent faith is understanding how God works. Well, there's 6 phases that I want you to recognize and grab a hold of. If you can understand these 6 concepts, you will understand a little bit better how God works and what He's really looking for in you. Because it's all about your relationship with God first, and then He's destined to have you collide with your dreams. So #1, it's all about being obedient and pleasing to God, keeping our hearts in the right place. Sometimes God's testing us in our season to look at what our obedience looks like and look that we're pleasing God and not pleasing ourselves. #2 is the decision phase. This really puts a demand on our faith. Maybe you're in a place and you're at a crossroad where you're thinking, do I need to let go of this or do I need to invest in this? Again, it puts a demand on our faith. It really gets us to push into God a little bit more. #3 is a delay phase. This is the phase I think I dislike the most. In a delay phase, you're waiting and waiting for it to happen, for it to come. It's like what I shared in my previous video. You'll find the link for my previous video at the end of today's vlog. Go ahead and check that out, because I talk about the tarrying stage. I talk about that stage when things are just delayed. Again, that is just a phase of your faith being tested. The delay phase involves us waiting. It involves teaching us that it's not going to happen right now. It's not a microwave faith. It's one of those things that we just got to learn to have faith in that delay phase. #4 is difficulty. Really understanding how God works in your difficult situation. That really puts a demand on our faith. So if you're in a difficult situation right now, there's a secret to understanding how God is working in your life. #5 is a dead end phase. Have you ever felt like you've reached a dream or reached a goal and you've been struggling to get there? Maybe it's been a few years. You feel like you arrived, but you also came to a dead end. You're not sure what door, A or B. They're both shut, and you're really not getting any clues. You're not getting any signs to the next step that you're taking. It just feels like a dead end, and God is silent. That's also a time that we keep believing and staying persistent in our faith. It's a time that we're learning how God is working in that present situation. It does not mean that our dreams came to a dead end. Number 6 is deliverance. God always shows up in the right season and delivers us into our destiny. So again, we need to wait on that. Look at the other stages and the phases that I just shared before and realize God's more interested in you understanding Him. So He's going to take us through each one of those phases. The second secret to a persistent faith is waiting on God. Let me share 4 things of what waiting on God could look like in your life and what it has always looked like in my life. Waiting on God? Well, let's just do the WAIT format. Love this. W is withstanding. Sometimes God's taking us through so many phases so we can withstand any fiery dart that is shooting our way, that we learn to stand stronger. So if we're going through the delay stage, the dead end stage, the difficulty stage, we're learning to stand strong. And during that time, we got to keep believing and we got to keep having persistent faith, because in the waiting, God is growing us. So hold on to those goals, hold on to those dreams, and hold on to those visions, and maybe take a look today at how God's growing your character. And maybe He's waiting on that. And as soon as your character grows, it's going to match your destiny and your dreams that much better. And as soon as your character grows and develops, it's going to match your destiny to perfection. A is anticipate. We need to really think, what is God doing and how is He going to go about it? We have to anticipate what we're visualizing. I taught that in session 2 in the Visioneering series, that we need to learn to visualize our dreams and make them clear and make them plain on tablets or vision boards. And then we begin to anticipate what our vision is. So while you're withstanding, you need to anticipate. Remember to anticipate what God is doing. What is God doing? How is He going to do it? What are the visuals that you wrote down of what could be and should be? Remember your vision board. Remember your goals. Remember your dreams, but anticipate how this is going to happen. Really visualize it. The letter I is intercede. Remember, it's important to take all the promises of God and intercede. Keep praying over those dreams and those visions. Now, what I did to kind of remind myself is I took my in my planner, I went ahead, and I'm going to be doing a full series on this, on my planner and how I write some things down, because a lot of people have been asking, but I'm just going to show you simply to track my prayer over a specific season or a goal or something that I'm anticipating, but I'm still waiting and I'm maybe in a delay phase. I wanted to track and make myself obedient to prayer, because sometimes when you're frustrated, you just hang it all up. And so if I can track myself and put myself in a rhythm and an emotion, I went ahead and I did a 30-day tracker, and I put it in there. It's a 30-day habit tracker for prayer. And so I'm able at the end of the night, it just feels good at the end of the night that I can mark that I actually prayed about that specific dream or that specific goal. Because remember, God's more concerned about the relationship. So our prayer time is so valuable. How are you praying and interceding over that dream or that goal or that vision? How are you asking God to either help you rediscover your calling, rediscover what His will is for your life? How are you asking Him to stop if you're going in the wrong direction? And I'm telling you, and during this prayer time, so a lot of times I'll use a book, something. Right now I'm reading The Secret Garage, and I'm reading how important it is to be praying over your destiny, whether it's your job life right now, the ministry you're working at, maybe the company that you own, whatever that heaviness is on your heart, wherever you created your vision and your goals. I'm reading a book geared toward prayer right now to teach me how important it is to intercede over that. And so it's helping me pray in a certain way. It's helping me anticipate. It's helping me withstand. And so it's ultimately helping me wait. So it's really, really important. Find that book. If you're going through a certain area, Google a book to help what that stronghold may be. Or maybe the word for the year. Now, last year my word for the year was habit. This year it is specifically prayer about my visions and dreams. I know God's placed them in my heart. And if I'm going through a delay phase or a dead end phase, I know that God's working on my character. And so I want to know what He's doing. I don't want to miss out. And so I believe with prayer, it's lining you up. It's putting you on that path. So again, interceding is really, really important. So make sure that that is in your prayer life while you're waiting, especially if you're rebounding from a disappointment. You don't want to miss the hand of God, the touch of God, the love of God, and how He wants to minister you in your life. It's really important that you are interceding. And the last one is trust. While you're waiting, it's important to just trust. And you know, Proverbs 3:5-6 says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not on your own understanding. Gosh, that's so hard because every day we're thinking and trying to understand the circumstance this way. We're trying to understand the delay this way. We're trying to, get a grip on the dead end, and we're trying to make decisions in our own ways. And it says, do not lean on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, for He will direct your path. And so during the waiting phase, it's important, again, to stand strong. And in order to do that, you need to be in some sort of habit or routine. I always share my routine. It's getting up and working out, listening to a faith-based message, reviewing my dreams and goals, prayer, and then reading a book. So there's 5 things that I do on a daily basis, and that helps me withstand. It helps me during those waiting periods. It helps me anticipate and learn the way God is maybe handling or helping me gain a new perspective on my situation while I'm waiting. It helps me intercede. It teaches me maybe a verse for the day or a concept for the day, and I pray in that fashion. And it just teaches me to trust. So your habit and your routine is so important. Again, mine is 5 basic things. I get up and work out. While I'm working out, I'm listening to a faith-based message on YouTube. After that, I'm reviewing my dreams and goals for the month, for the week, and for the year, and I'm breaking them down. And that followed by prayer and also reading. Now, my prayer and reading is usually done in the morning before I go work out. But I'm taking those 5 things, those 5 ingredients, and I'm getting them done during the day. It's a habit and a routine that helps me withstand during the waiting period. So how are you withstanding? How are you anticipating? How are you interceding? And how are you trusting? That is so important to ask yourself these questions, because that's truly how you're going to keep believing, how you're going to keep on staying persistent in your faith. So I'm hoping that this challenged you today. Thank you for stopping by. If you're enjoying these, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. It's so important to hit the bell because YouTube is not going to notify you when I upload, but the bell will make a nice, pleasant little charm on your phone and let you know that I popped in your box for the day with an inspiring message to motivate you and get you running towards your dreams, all while building the faith. So have an awesome day. Thanks for joining, and I'll talk to you next time. Should it be? And I know that you're in that, and it always doesn't feel good. That season can be rough. We can feel like we're alone sometimes. We can feel